Sunglasses. Hit it.
Wednesday, September 16th. I'm Gabe. This is Double Impact. Welcome in, guys. It's going to be a fun one. I'm here with my great, the amazing, the Midnight Lover himself, my co-host, the great Jericho Green. How you doing, friend?
Hey, I'm doing great, but I think it's Tuesday.
You know, I've been saying Wednesday for like over 3 years, and I just,
Tuesday.
These Tuesday shows we've probably only done them like, 10, 20 times on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So my bad. It is Tuesday and not Wednesday. So
I don't want to freak anybody out.
Taco Tuesday. How you been?
Pink Taco Tuesday.
You don't like Taco Tuesday?
No, I said Pink Taco Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, then. There was a restaurant. I have a little brother. He's 18 years younger than me. And I was visiting Colorado and in Greeley, Colorado. That's my hometown. He still lives there. My dad, my other brother lived there. He took me to lunch to get California style, like Tijuana street tacos. They were terrible, by the way, middle of Colorado. They were awful. But the name of the restaurant was the Fuzzy Taco. I don't like this. I don't think that's funny. I think you're being gross. I'm trying to have lunch. Knock it off. I was 15 once too. Knock it off.
Go eat at the Fur Burger.
Right. Ooh. Yeah, No, we give Hooters a pass. Why do we give Hooters a pass? Hooters is a terrible restaurant, by the way.
Because everybody loves Hooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if it's named like Fur Burger, but it was the best burger you've ever had in your life?
But then you're like embarrassed to go there, and your wife's getting mad that you're there. But it's like
it's absolutely amazing.
Burger. It's like double the quality of In-N-Out.
Triple. Like it's
right.
Delicious, but it's called Fur Burger.
Yeah. What would they call their burgers? Because In-N-Out's got the double. It's got the animal style. What would Fur Burger have? Welcome to Fur Burger. Can I take your order?
Oh, may I help you? I think if they would go by decade, like if you wanted the 70s, then they know it's like lots of fur on that burger.
Okay.
And I guess the fur would be like fried onions or something like that. Something that resembles the pubis. Okay. Yeah. And you can get it different colors. Oh, would you like 70s, 80s, or 90s? And for the 90s, they just put like a strip on there. They just sprinkle it like in a nice.
They put like one bacon slice down the middle.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get like a big old roast beef sandwich?
Yeah, it's all roast beef and fried onion strings. You got the 70s.
I don't want to eat at this place. I'm sorry, it's just not appetizing.
But if it's absolutely Michelin star delicious, you would.
Yeah, I don't like combining like dirty jokes and crassness with my food. It's my thing. I remember that Frank's Red Hot Buffalo wing sauce. They had a campaign on TV for a while that was like, I put that shit on everything.
Oh yeah,
You
the
really
old
want
lady.
to call your food product shit? Do you want to do that? Is that wise? I don't know.
Well, how else do you connect to the common man? You have to use profanity.
Right.
That's how you connect. Politicians do it all the time.
Yeah.
Damn it. Excuse me for being so forward, but gosh dang it.
Who was the OG of like letting it fly? Was it Clark Gable and Gone with the Wind? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And everyone's
remember
whoa!
I watched it as a kid. And watching it as a kid, I was like, whoa. He said, damn. And then we watched E.T. It was like on the last day of school in third grade. We watched E.T. and they said shit. And everyone's like, oh.
Well, the one brother calls the other brother penis breath in E.T.
Oh.
What are we doing, Steven Spielberg? What are you doing?
Yeah, but children in movies didn't speak better than they did in the 80s. Kids were just saying everything in those movies in the 80s, and I love it.
Yeah, that's something.
Love it.
We didn't have a show last week. You had a out of town guest or something, and I was driving home from Las Vegas. So I got my yearly boys trip. We like to do something the first week of the NFL, either a big party here at the house. Vegas has been our thing the last 2 years. Me and my best friend, my son, now that he's an adult, he goes, it's a good time. We ate good, dude. We ate everywhere. We ate was just delish. It was delicious. So it was a great time. We stayed at, my friend has like a timeshare condo thing. So we like parking like 30 feet from where we're sleeping. There's a big old jacuzzi and a big swimming pool. It was nice. It was nice. So, you know me, I'm the mayor of Vegas. I love Las Vegas. So that was a lot of fun. Watched football all day Sunday. Watched the NFL kickoff. It was a good time. So, and then we want to have a lot of fun. We always goof off here. We have a great time. We improv it. We goof off with the audience. We do got to address this last week in America because it's historic. It's tragic. I did 2 news hits today. I was on the Dana Lash show again as kind of an entertainment industry expert, talking about pushing left-wing narratives and painting Christians and conservatives and patriots as Nazis to therefore justify violence against them with all the storylines of DC Comics and Marvel and all that. How I was like, oh, the white man, the Christian, the patriot is actually the racist. And, you know what we got to do to them, right? That's always how they're sneaking around in the movies and TV. And I was on Grant Stinchfield's show on Real America's Voice later in the day and did the same news hit talking about the same thing. So we're going to have fun tonight, but we'd be dishonest people. We're always talking culture war and things like that. At least I am. And I know you care deeply about this too. What are your thoughts in general, other than the obvious of the last week?
I mean, it's still very surreal. You know, it's when have we in our age group, maybe there are some people watching right now who are around for the Kennedy assassination, meaning RFK, maybe even Malcolm X. But a lot of us weren't around for any assassinations. The attempted one on Trump, the attempted assassination on Reagan. But even that was, in the 80s, that was 40 years ago or almost 40 years ago. So for us to live through something like this, I put this up there with like a 9/11, and it was 9/11 the day after. But to be honest, I didn't even think about it. I was just still like, holy shit. Yeah,
9/11 was like officially forgotten in our culture. That kind of took it away. Like we didn't really all get into the big 9/11 memorial and this, that, and the other the very next day, which was like the 24th anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah. And to witness it. Same thing with speaking of 9/11, to see it, we've all seen those images of the planes going into the towers probably thousands of times.
Right.
You probably saw it dozens of times, if not maybe 100 times that day, because it was on every channel. I don't care what language it was in. I don't care what the content was. I'm talking ESPN,
right?
Network TV. Same with the radio. It was on every radio station. There was no music for at least that day, maybe the next day. Like there was nothing. It was just, covering that. So this is right up there. And people, and rightfully so, talk about how his kids are left without a father, his wife is left without a husband, his friends, his brother, his siblings. I don't know if he had a brother or sister. His siblings, his parents, they're all going without right now because he was murdered. But also the country, this is. I don't think this is polarizing. I think if anything, it's bringing people together because even people on the other side are like, man, come on, this is don't celebrate.
If you're a
this.
Democrat and you're a normal, good person, you just happen to be a lefty, and they exist. Let's not be dishonest. You're looking at your party and you're like, what am I involved in? Who are we? What have we become? And it's the sociology department of the junior college took over the left. These angry, professional victim, ugly, fucking purple-haired losers that just hate people that are happy and have accomplished things. And instead of getting off their own ass and making something out of themselves, which they can, they want to bring you down out of envy and resentment and all that. It was our old friend on the show, Shanta and Jetty, put it so well when he said that communism, leftism, is a culture of resentment. I always thought that was such a brilliant way that he said that. When he said that to me, I'm like, damn, if that doesn't sum it up, so.
Yeah, because that's what it stems from, whether it be resentment for their parents, their father, their upbringing. It's all based in resentment. And you hear people saying, oh, well, the guy who shot him, he was conservative. No, he wasn't. He was raised that way, but he had obviously strayed from the path, being with a trans lover and all this other disgusting shit. So you can't put it on them. And unfortunately, just because you have a stable home life, that's no guarantee of anything, which really sucks, especially for those of us providing that kind of environment for our children. I wish there was a guarantee that if you do these things, your children will be okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard me say this before, Jericho, but I've said that fathers are important to the mental and spiritual well-being of people. You ever hear me talk about something like that?
Once or twice.
Yeah. I might fucking say that every time I go on the internet, because that is the problem. Every problem in society is that it's fathers. That's the problem every time. Everything you can think of that's wrong with people is because they don't have fathers, or they have weak, bad, selfish. They got a bad dad or no dad. That's what's wrong with people. You could trace it all back to that. Something that breastfeeds you and carries you in their stomach, loves you too much, is too easy on you, and it's good. There's nothing wrong with women. There's nothing wrong with the way they raise children, but they cannot do what men can do for children, and men can't do what women can do for children. And what fathers give children, give all of us human beings, is resilience. Mothers give you, if I can eat out of your body, my mother, she ain't hardcore. That's too much love. She's not. A father can be hardcore and teaches me I can survive. I can hear an opinion that doesn't agree with mine, and I don't have to eviscerate the person because they disagreed with me. I realize someone making fun of me, hating me, not liking my opinion doesn't end my life. And the left, they don't have dads. They have no resilience. So when they hear something that disagrees or embarrasses them or makes them feel stupid or question their beliefs, they can't handle it because they didn't have a dad telling a kid. When a kid falls off a bike, what does mama do?
Oh, they go right to him. Are you okay?
Runs up, kiss the boo-boo, this and that. What does daddy do?
Yeah.
Daddy goes, right. You're okay. You're okay. Don't cry. You're okay. Resilience comes from dad. Security comes from mama. You need both. Women can't do what men do, and vice versa. And I'm so tired of telling people this. It's a simple fix. No one wants to do it. But I was proud of myself that day because I was probably angrier than I've been in ages, and I felt a lot of grief and a lot of rage. And I wasn't like some big follower of Charlie Kirk. I knew of him. I thought what he was doing was great, but I didn't tune in for a lot of his stuff because I agreed with him. I agree with him on everything that I've heard him say. So I didn't really learn anything from him because, like, yeah, I agree. So I didn't really watch his clips. He's, making these dumb college students realize how stupid they are. It wasn't entertainment for me, but like, I'm glad he was doing it. He was changing hearts and minds. But I didn't realize how hard something like that would hit me, man. I didn't know this guy. I have some good friends that knew him and they were pretty broke up about it. But I was, and it sounds like embarrassing, weird to say, but I'm just honest. It was like someone I knew died. I felt like that kind of weird grief. I felt like fight or flight in the moment, like that, like you kind of don't know what to do. And I felt so much rage. And I want to say so many things and record so many videos and post so many things. And I'm proud of myself that I didn't fly off the handle and say a bunch of shit I would regret, you know, a day or two or three later, and discredit myself and Charlie and discredit my God and my beliefs by acting like an animal. So did you have to deal with how you really felt and rein it in?
Yeah. It was just, I think we didn't know him, but we knew his message. We knew what he wanted for the country. We wanted that same thing. So I think we were connected in that way. You know, we may have never shaken his hand or met him, but we definitely wanted the same things. We connected and believed in what he said. So I think that's pretty powerful. And also the reason that he was taken, you know, how he was taken, that all plays into it, to that feeling of like, what? So brazen in front of everyone. You know, more information's coming out. You know, he was mad at his dad. You know, he was mad at that structure, you know, and the beliefs that this country was built on, to the point where, you know, he murdered someone in front of everybody. And it's just, still can't believe it. I wish I didn't watch the video.
I like everyone, like most, saw the video by accident on Twitter.
Yeah.
I was sitting right at this computer working on pages for the Tyrus comic book, which is, my daughter texts the family group chat, they shot Charlie Kirk. And when you have like a really, really bad feeling about something, your brain automatically goes into denial, right? That's the first thing, psychological reaction. So she said they shot him. She didn't say they killed him. So some lefty winged him. He'll be fine. Just kept working. And then I just felt it inside of me. I felt like it's the fight or flight, the adrenaline, this and that. Because I knew like, this is probably pretty bad. And I jump on Twitter and I saw it. And it was one of the, I mean, besides like soldiers in combat, civilians like me, we're not supposed to see things like that. It's gruesome. You know, and I warned my wife and kids, don't go look. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. My kids had already seen it. My wife still hasn't seen it. And I hope she doesn't. One of the worst things I've ever seen. You know, just gruesome. And hit the floor in my office on my knees. I prayed and I texted a bunch of people to pray about it, you know, and God had different plans. Whatever, God's plan is always perfect. So that's what it's supposed to be. You know, non-Christians make fun of you. Where's your God now? You prayed and blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, God's not my genie that I boss around. It's his will be done, not Gabe's will be done. I can pray for whatever. That doesn't mean it comes true. I don't understand his ways or his plan. So, like, that's not a critique of God, weirdo. If I could control God, then I'm God. I'm not his boss. We pray for whatever, and his will is his will, and we don't have to understand it. We're just humans. So it was very upsetting, but I think you take all that just rage, crimson rage and grief, and you channel it into something good. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been trying to do. Spread a positive message, be positive about what I'm doing, speak out. You know, you saw just the people dancing on his grave all over social media. I'm so glad they're getting canceled and fired and all that. And like more,
expelled.
like, hit the nitro on that, pedal through the floor, get all these people. You don't need to be a nurse, a doctor, teaching kids, some sort of legal. You have no judgment if you're acting like that. And if the shoe was on the other foot and if some left-wing person unfortunately killed like that, that would enrage me just as much, because we are Americans. This is a civilized country. We don't do that kind of mess. It's completely pathetic. It's not how we settle things, you know? And, but I want to show you this just so you can see, because I sent this to you already, but I want to show the audience. This is how I channel this stuff. Instead of reacting poorly, hang on, I'm trying to share my screen here. Hold on, share screen. Here it is. There's a writer for DC Comics, and they thought it'd be really funny. And this is within minutes of the news breaking. So I found out at like noon Pacific. I think that's pretty close to when it happened. This person is writing right after that. Thoughts and prayers, Nazi bitch. I hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk. This is Wednesday of last week. This person had a brand new comic book launched from DC Comics that day. Red Hood is a Batman character, got his own series, the Red Hood comic book. This grotesque person is writing it. So since I worked at DC, and the vice president, Jim Lee, my favorite artist when I was a child, I have his phone number. He's the one that hired me. He's still the boss over there. I took this screenshot and I texted it to him. And I said, when is the condemnation and firing of this person going to happen? And he never texted me back, of course. And it caught like wildfire, and it got all over social media. Tens of thousands of views and likes, and Nerdrotics talking about it. All kinds of big accounts are talking about it. And then they canned this person the next day. But like chicken shits over there at DC Comics, they never announced it publicly that they fired it. They sent private messages to comic book stores. You can return the book. We'll give you refunds on the book, and all future orders for all the upcoming issues are canceled. They sent that to the comic book stores. So the only way the public found out this person was fired was because the comic book store owners started talking about it on social media. Mm-hmm. So, and it's not a one-off. As long as I worked for Warner Brothers, this was okay in that culture there. Christians, patriots, heteronormative people, you know, like people who thought that a husband and wife was a good thing, people who believed in cat. It was always okay to make us the villains in the stories. You know, and you got, this is going back to 2018. This is an editor I worked for. And when people were complaining about woke stories in the comics, all the woke shit they do with Superman and Batman, he says, what people, and by people he meant Republicans, conservatives, anti-woke, what people actually mean when they say they want non-political comics, like when they were kids, is that they're devastated to have woken up one day as an adult, read a comic book, and realized they've grown up to become the kind of person their childhood hero punches in the face.
Please.
Fuck this guy. And there's other stuff about this guy that will come out. Really bad stuff about this guy. Okay? This is Andy Curry, grade A piece of shit, this guy. Do not harass him. Don't go bother him on social media. Do not contact him. Okay? But that's what he had to say. Another one. An upcoming Batman comic, Jericho, has Batman facing off with white supremacists.
Oh, God.
Who do you think those are supposed to be? Kamala supporters?
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
Kamala and Walls and Harris.
Right. So my point, and it goes on and on and on, you know, that like, this is a comic they did. Oh, nice crosses on their clothes there. After Charlie Kirk got shot, Alex Ross, a liberal guy, he's a painter, he posted this painting that he already had done years ago. Superman deflecting bullets. Get it? Get it? And then, like a chicken shit, he deleted it seconds later. Again, all these people I'm talking about, do not contact them. Do not bother these people. Leave them alone. Don't contact them. I mean that 1,000%. And on and on and on it goes. This is what went on when I worked at Warner Brothers. And you had to keep your mouth shut if you wanted to work. If you said anything, if you spoke up, you're done. And they wouldn't fire you because that's illegal. They would just, oh, we don't have anything for you coming up, you know, check back in 3 months. And it's happened to a lot of my buddies that were conservative. They just magically have a career there for 10, 20 years, and then magically there's just no more work, you know.
Yeah, forcing you to quit, basically. Yeah,
and it was such a hostile environment. I remember being on a rooftop party at the San Diego Comic-Con 2018. My editor, Will Dennis, do not contact him, do not bother him. He's talking to me and my wife about something, and it got like political, but not like between us. It was like me and my wife and him were talking about something. We were not arguing. And he's just like, yeah, you know how these stupid fucking Christians are. Me and my wife were both Christians and not stupid. Just looked at him like, hey, man, you know, I'm going to go talk to someone else over here. But that's my editor, right? That's the guy who decides if I have a job or not at DC Comics. Because the editors, they hire and fire the artists and the writers. So if you argue with him, what do you think is going to happen, right? Now, it is against the law. There are 2 California laws that make political discrimination completely illegal. But they'll just do the thing I said where, you know, we just don't have anything for you this month. And, you know, check back next month. You know, they'll do that game. They will do that. The phone will stop ringing. The emails will stop coming. And they have plausible deniability. Legally, they can get away with it. And that's what they do. So, to me, the Charlie Kirk, you know what the Rubicon is with Julius Caesar? Mm-hmm. Once you cross that river, there's no going back. No, it's the point of no return, the Rubicon. And I think the Charlie Kirk assassination is a Rubicon for the left and the right. I don't want the right to let up now. I'm not going to listen to their gaslighting about, oh, now you like cancel culture? You damn right. You damn right. And it only starts with cancel culture. I want arrests. I want prison. I want all of it. I want the full force. And here's the difference between us and the left. And you tell me if you agree. We are going to follow the law. We're going to punish them to the full extent, but unlike them, we're not going to break the rules. But that's what Trump better do it. Him and his Department of Justice, they had better come down like the hammer of God on these people. Legally.
The right way.
They have to. So, but I'm all about it. That's why I sent that picture to Jim Lee. I texted him. I said, what are you going to do about this? Is this going to stand? And, they were chicken and didn't say anything. They did cam that person, but they were too chicken to say something about it publicly. So, and I'll close with this because I'm monologuing and I need you to have input too. I've said this before on here. In football, there is a saying, and you tell it to coaches whose teams are doing bad. You tell the coach, you're either coaching this crap or you're allowing this crap. But it's you. And I would tell Jim Lee, Marie Javins, all the bosses over there at Warner Brothers, DC Comics, you're either coaching this, meaning you're telling them to do this hateful stuff and paint conservatives as Nazis, or you're just watching them do it and you're signing off on it. Either way, it's on you. So when is enough enough? When are you going to stop the hateful rhetoric like that then incites lunatics?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do about it? You're going to be a man? You're going to be a woman? You're going to do something about it? You're going to pretend you don't see it? It's ridiculous. Sorry, rant over.
I got it. Got it. No, you're right, man. It's it's so terrible. It really is. And I hope that somehow, some way, that a lot of good will come out of this. And like you said, the people who need to be punished for the things that they're doing and saying, let it be done the right way.
Absolutely.
It can be, just follow all the rules, follow the laws, and, take care of them that way. Because, trust me, it feels good to be on that low road sometimes and, play down to your competition, but not in this case.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Revenge is going to feel great. And then you're just a monster too. So there's no difference. You know what I mean? You don't seek revenge. You don't. You seek justice. Michael Coulter, good news. Gabe, good news. Trump has already issued executive orders to look at left-wing terrorists. I'll believe it when I see it, dude. He should have done that years ago. These people are burning down our country.
Yeah.
They had cause for it then. To me, it's don't talk about it, be about it. Marshawn Lynch, the great running back. He had a quote that I love. He said, I'm about that action, boss. I don't like people that talk too much and don't do anything. You can talk all you want, but I need results. I need to see them. Well, we're thinking, we're looking, we're investigating. I condemn it. I got a tweet where I burned Adam Schiff with the tweet again. That does me zero good, dude.
Yeah.
If these criminals break the law repeatedly and you just zing them with the tweet, that does nothing, dude. That's worthless. I would rather you do nothing than insult my intelligence with a tweet that embarrass them. Oh, big deal. Prison.
Yeah.
That's what we need to see.
Yeah,
So,
I'm tired of the investigations and the committees we'll put together and we'll look into it. Now start doing stuff. Start doing shit.
Right.
Start like the whole Epstein thing. Man, I don't want to hear nothing else about nobody coming out and what they're going to do. Let me know when it's done.
Right.
I want to hear shit else about it.
The clink of the handcuffs, the crack of the gavel, and the slam of the prison cell. Those are the three sounds I want to hear.
Yeah, I don't want to hear shit else.
Right.
Until that happens. I don't care who's on it, what you're going to release, and what's the. And didn't they vote not to release it? On the day that Kirk was killed. Right. So fuck all that.
Right.
Let me know when it's done.
So all you go ahead.
It's like someone telling you, "Hey, I'm going to make dinner. I'm going to make a ribeye steak, garlic mashed potatoes, some grilled veggies. I'm going to make it." Pretty soon you're going to be like, "Look, let me know when it's done. I'm starving. You keep talking about it. Let me know when the shit is ready. Call me when it's ready." So that's what I say to this. Right.
Yeah. It's like you and your wife have a really great night, movie, dinner, all that. Maybe things are going to go your way. Then you go in the bedroom and she's snoring. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you fucking broad. Well, as soon as you gotta wake up.
But guys, I think by striking him down, they've just increased the effectiveness of what he's doing a millionfold. My church looked like it was triple the attendance on Sunday morning. And I heard that from social media across the country. Church is packed. People coming back to God, people like looking at what the left is and going, that is bad. Giggling and we already saw this during the lockdown. Oh, he didn't take the shot and I guess he died. Ha 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 ha. Ghouls.
Yeah. Same kind of shit.
Demonic.
Yeah. I hope if you don't take the shot, I hope you die. Blah, blah, blah. And you got Sloppy Joe. This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You killed grandma. You can just stop it if you all get poked up. We're just waiting on you. Oh, remember when he said my patients are wearing thin? Not your patients.
Right.
Wearing thin. Shut the fuck up. You think you are.
So, we are going through a culture war. And we've been going through it for decades, but it reached a flashpoint, I think, in Obama's presidency. It became a pretty intense culture war with the far left social justice warriors and the cancel culture and all. And it's hilarious. It's like, do you really think a nurse should lose her job for what she said? I don't know. Do you think a dude should be shot in the neck for what he said?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that should happen. Gosh damn, dude. The gaslighting. So ridiculous. We know who they are. That intersectionality flag sounds like a turd in a punch bowl. Jeez, fuck. I don't know, man. But be happy, Warriors. Be cheerful, and just know that they're lashing out harder than ever because they're losing. They're losing in Europe. They're losing here. People are waking up. People are tired of it. But I would say this, and I'll leave it at this because I want the show to be fun and this and that, but this is too important not to talk about. If you saw what you saw Wednesday, and I hope many of you didn't see it, do not look for it. It's a nightmare. But if you saw it, and even if you didn't, and you know about it, obviously, and you're still not willing to stand up about this, then go play with your toys. You're useless. It's pathetic. And I follow the law. I'm not saying to do anything bad. We don't do that around here. We are law followers. But what can I do? I'm an artist and a writer. I can make great art that's anti-woke and gives a good message. What can Jericho do? What can you do? It's like a football team. Everyone has a different position. So use your part to stand up to these communist, demonic people, and we'll win the culture war. But there's no more sitting on the sideline thinking that you're useless. You're not useless. You've got something in you. You've got some gift, some ability, whether it's coaching Little League and influencing little boys, or you're an artist like me, or just something. You can do something. So do it. Dude died. Dude got just horrible. Jeez, fuck. Dude.
Murdered in front of the world. Crazy, man.
Insane.
Crazy.
Live from the desert, Heather made it in.
From the hottest place in the country.
Hotter than hell.
Hotter than Hades. Man, hotter than the devil's butthole. That's hot.
She lives at the Fire Factory from the movie Cobra.
Yeah, which is rare. You don't see a lot of fire factories anymore. Mostly steam and sparks.
Right.
But put the smile on your face whenever you do.
Well, we're gonna get going with these guns here in a minute. Hold on. So we're doing a top 10 list. Jericho picks 5. I picked 5. The top 10 guns from action movies.
Yeah.
And, because there's these iconic heroes, iconic villains, things like that. Let me organize the images. But what else you got? What else is going on in Jericho world?
My son's tackle football team, or his season's ramping up. They got the 3rd game coming up. They won 42-6 and 35-6. So they're on a roll.
And how's he doing? What's he playing? Is he wide receiver again, or?
Yeah, wide receiver and corner on defense. And recently, like we were just talking about, unfortunately, there's been an uptick in content. So I've been really busy with that. I'm going to be going live again, hopefully this week. It's been a while. Just life, homeowner shit, parent shit, family shit. you know, but enjoying it because my daughter's already 13. My son's going to be 10 in February. So it's
All right.
the years are just fucking flying. So like
My dad would
say, I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Right. Has it cooled off at all?
It is cooling off. We're actually like what exactly at mid-September. So yeah, it's cooling off. We're going to have some mid-90s for the rest of the week. And then it's going to start cooling down.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to it because this fucking 100 plus, 90 plus, this shit's for the fucking boys.
Right.
So yeah, it's cooling off and I'm happy.
All right. I'm getting your weapons together here. Hold on. I love what I have someone gather the images for me. It just makes me laugh. Some of the stuff they grabbed. So okay. All right. We'll bring these up. This is going to be great. This is a fun one because we think of all these action movies we loved and the iconic weapons, the iconic heroes. And I tell you, I watched some more of the Roger Moore, James Bond movies. And they're really terrible. I really don't like them. They're awful, dude.
It is quite a drop off after Sean Connery.
Yeah, it's
he's the best. That's why
he was it.
Best.
Yeah.
You know,
he was the guy. So we're going to start with the number 5 from Jericho, number 5 from me. Jericho's number 5 gun is, let me make sure I get the model correct here. Your number 5 was an Uzi. An Uzi.
Uzi 9mm.
Right.
Yeah,
and
that's
what
what he
movie
said.
Is this? Is this a Terminator?
No, this is probably Raw Deal.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah, that's what he said in Terminator. Ooh, give me the Uzi 9mm.
And what was that futuristic gun he wanted with like the, you know?
Oh, it was like some plasma shit. He's like, I don't got those guys. Only what you see here. Fine.
And that just shows you the different culture. Like in 1983 or 84, you walk into a gun store and just like buy it in the old days.
Oh, you imagine? I mean, other states, it's still like that right now. But in California, yes, those days are gone where you can just walk in, let me get 4 boxes of this and like walk out with it. Now you can do that. You can go into a gun store in California and say, I want this and this and this, but you're gonna have to wait for a background check. You can walk out with ammo.
A 10 business day waiting period.
Oh, if you're lucky.
When I bought my weapons here, that's what it was. And it's to the minute. So if I buy my gun on Tuesday at 4:43 in the afternoon, I can only get it at 4:43 or later on the 10th day.
Yeah.
I can't come in that morning. That's how pedantic they are about it.
How GAY is that?
Right.
And if you want to buy ammunition now in California, you have to have purchased a gun in that county to buy ammo in that county.
Really?
So you can't just, I went to a Turner's Outdoorsman or whatever. I was like, yeah, let me get some boxes of this, box of that, and the guy was like, have you purchased a gun in this county? I was like, no. And he says, oh, you can't buy ammo. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So I got to drive 3.5 hours back to the county I bought my gun in to buy fucking bullets. That's what we're dealing with here, people in fucking California. This is how far up the fucking, the Grateful Dead's ass this state is. The fuck?
Right. But yeah, I think the Uzi was my favorite as a kid. It was one of the first guns I knew by name because I got there were these electric water guns that came out. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
With the long magazine?
Yeah. Well, there were different kinds. And I had like it looked like a stubby little AK-47. It looked like a submachine gun, but it sort of had the styling of an AK. And you pull the trigger and it was like, it had a little electric pump in it. And we loved those. I remember putting food coloring in it because I wanted to make fake blood and it didn't work. And
as a kid, it never works out as well in your mind or in real life as it does in your mind.
Right. I have such a big imagination. I would imagine all this stuff as a kid. Then you try and do it and it's like, okay, well, it's a good effort. You know?
Well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? But yeah, the Uzi, I think that was one of the first guns I ever noticed. It's a fully automatic 9mm submachine gun. It's Israeli design, actually. And I would imagine something like that ain't too accurate, right? This is a spray and pray. I don't know a lot about the Uzi. I've never obviously used one.
No, you can, especially like because some of them had the fold up stock.
Right.
So if you put it, and it's a 9mm, so you're not dealing with no crazy kick. So yeah, you put that bitch in your shoulder. Yeah, you can be very accurate with that. Some of them were a bit long, so there was a lot to hold on to. No, you could be accurate with one of those, especially close quarter combat.
This really is an 80s and early 90s action movie henchman gun. Don't you think that the Uzis, I know we got Arnold the hero with it here, but I feel like just bad guys constantly have this gun.
Well, I would have to say, what about Invasion USA, where Chuck Norris had two?
Kimbo.
See, the mini Uzis. He had two of those motherfuckers. So, you know, it could be in the hands of a good guy.
Let's see. I got a great shot of that right here.
But definitely the 80s for sure.
If you haven't seen Invasion USA, you have to see Invasion USA.
What are you doing with your life if you're not watching Invasion?
If you go to Tubi.com, it's like TUBI. It's like Netflix or whatever, but it's like free. You got to watch some commercials, I guess. They have the CAIN films, which is the cheesy 90s movies. 80s movies.
80s like, and 90s.
It's like, Revenge of the Ninja, just shitty stuff like that, just like with Sho Kosugi and things like that.
So shitty.
It's that Golhan and Menachem and like those, they have super Israeli names, the two producers.
Yeah.
And they were behind so many of the great, so good it's bad, so bad it's good 80s movies. And they did this, Invasion USA, one of the wildest movies I've ever seen. And Chuck Norris does brandish twin mini Uzis on leather armpit holsters.
And he's very accurate with them. Right. Dominant hand, non-dominant hand, riding in a vehicle, walking on foot. It doesn't matter. He's deadly accurate with those two mini Uzis. So yeah, if we're putting together Hall of Fame, iconic guns by the decade, Uzi 80s.
Yeah.
For sure.
And at the end of Invasion USA, he does kill the main villain with an RPG or grenade launcher, RPG, from about 3 feet away.
So, well, I mean, you're thinking of a regular human. How if they're in the blast radius, they're going to get all fucked up. But you're talking about Chuck Norris, so duh.
All right, well, my number 5 weapon of all time is, of course, the Walther PPK. The Walther PPK by none other than James, I have never struck out with a woman once in my life, Bond.
James Bond. Does he even have to go up to bat with the woman?
No.
Because James Bond's going to do two things. He's going to save the world, and he's going to tap that ass. And he might tap that ass while he's saving the world. In a lot of cases, before he's saving the world, during saving the world, and after he saves the world. I think the best is the after save the world. That's like having sex after you save the world would be like after an argument, like makeup sex. Like that's what it feels like to James Bond when he has sex after he saves the entire world, usually within like 3 seconds, like 5, 4, 3, 2, beep, cuts the wire, whatever the fuck he does. Hits it with his dick and it malfunctions, shutting down. Then he finds, Inga or whatever.
Her name is like Susie Bazoom Zoom or Holly Goodhead or something like that.
Pussy Galore. Her name is Pussy Galore. Right. And he, they've been through this layer of the henchmen together. So she's like all, she might have a little soot on her face. Her clothes are a little torn. Oh, James. So she was there too. So she's all, hot and bothered.
Right.
As well. And then James just throws that fucking.
Well, she just watched a handsome man in a tailored suit save the world and save her.
Not a hair out of place. He looked just like that picture on the right. That's how he looked after he beat up 8 dudes. And then, she's all hot and bothered and just watched him fucking, take out some Eastern European, crime lord who wanted to like shoot a laser beam at the planet or some shit.
So, yeah, shoot a laser beam at Saturn's rings to destroy the United Nations.
Yeah. So after you've seen that, if a dude who saw James Bond do that, probably like, hey, man, I don't normally do this shit, but go ahead and let me see that thing,
Right.
So a woman, a heterosexual woman, she's fucking powerless. She is.
Think about the last time, Jericho and audience, think about the last time you went to Walmart and how the men were dressed, and then look at this. How we have fallen as a people. You got a guy like in like nylon, Charlotte Hornets basketball shorts, and then like an American Choppers like tank top that's either 2 sizes
Yeah.
too big or 2 sizes too small. And of course, he's wearing the rubber Adidas slides with socks.
Yeah.
You know,
You can see the outline of his dick through his shorts. Come on. No, that's just the females. Like, I've seen some people in Walmart. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Why would you come out of the house looking like that? And I've said this before, and I'll fucking till I die. I've even told my children this. If I ruled the world, I catch you outside in fucking PJs.
prison.
Dude, you're going to a fucking camp. You kidding me? You know, unless it's an emergency situation, there is no reason for you to come out of the house wearing no fucking pajamas, man. Come on. And any man can look like that. You know, get a nice tailored suit. Man, come on.
Right.
Come on. These ladies would have no choice. It's beautiful.
So that's my number 5, the Walther PPK. That's 380 ammo. It's tiny. I'm sure it doesn't hold many rounds, but it suits him. He's elegant in a masculine way, and it's a tiny, elegant little. I don't know if the pistol's worth a damn in real life, but it does suit him. It's something a spy would have. You know?
I mean, in the right hands, any round is
true
deadly.
enough.
And you know, he can't have no big honking gun, you know,
right.
In that suit, you know. And I think big guns, that's definitely an American trait when it comes to action movies.
Well, here we come with Jericho's number 4 all time. Yeah. We found our guy, Steven, who is banned from the show for a few more months. He's banned for 4.5 more months. The MP5. The MAC-10 and the Uzi are the guns of the 80s.
Mm-hmm. So I would say 90s too for that MP5.
Sure.
90s too.
So why do you love the MP5? What do you love about it? I think it's got a great style. It's got a great look to it.
Looks great. Especially, you know, he put a suppressor on there. You know, you could really, especially in the movies, they trick these fucking things out. If you can also do me a favor, Gabe, but pull up the MP5D, I believe it is.
Okay.
That was definitely more 90s. I think that's the one that had the barrel. It's like flush, so there's no barrel sticking out. Like
right. Okay, yeah, and it had that angled grip coming up.
Yeah, that one was fucking cool.
I think that's more like this style, right?
That's the MP5. It's the MP5D.
Oh, MP5D. Oh, okay, I'll keep looking.
But yeah, and not only in movies, but that was popular with special forces groups, you know, around the world.
Right.
9mm. So again, nice small ammo, well placed round, even the 9mm. It's a wrap. But this gun is fucking iconic. I believe it's Heckler and Koch, HK.
Yeah, the HK MP5. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. Look, that thing's beautiful. And again, you throw all the bells and whistles and shit on that thing, man. Those things are awesome. Got a little suppressor on it. Man, those are sick.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Heather says she has a Walther 22 LR. Wow. Nice. That's a little bitty pop gun.
A rich lady.
Yeah. When Heather fires hers, it's like
no, the flag comes out and it says bang. Just kidding.
Yeah. We also have a 22, my son. And firing a 22, it feels like a firework. It doesn't feel like much when you fire a 22.
No, but dude, you could fuck some shit up with a 22.
Someone, of course. I mean, it's a bullet.
What was that? Fucking Waco, Texas. They were holding off the ATF and the FBI with fucking 22s.
Well, isn't the round in a typical AR-15, the 223 and the 5.56, isn't that just a 22 kind of diameter at least with a lot more gunpowder and stuff, right? Because if you hold the 22 next to the 223, they're the same width, basically.
But definitely a little bit longer with the 223.
Oh, way longer. Way longer. Way more.
I mean, just the projectile. Just the projectile itself. I would say it's a little beefier than a 22, but definitely has a shiza load more gunpowder behind it. See if I can find that shit. I saw another gun. Oh, here we go. Oh, the MP5K. Excuse me.
Okay.
MP5K. Yeah. Okay. But I saw another gun that I should have thrown on there. But I mean, fuck, there's so many. So many.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, a little shorter one, even more compact.
Yeah. Okay. This little guy. Yeah, we've seen this guy in a lot of movies here. The MP5K.
Yeah, look at that little motherfucker, dude.
Little stubby.
Dude, throw that. You could put that like in a long coat or something and fuck shit up with that thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, and I got one here with a foregrip. That's pretty cool.
yeah. Get a hold of that little thing. Yeah, you can fuck some shit up.
And then we got this one with the folding stock. That one too. You flip that out for the shoulder stock. So
yeah. Very good close quarter combat gun. Like I said, used by special forces
and
groups
stuff,
and SWAT teams and shit. So yeah, definitely.
And of course, used by our man Steven.
That's true. Yeah, the MP5K and Showdown or not Showdown. Mark for Death.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's an iconic gun. It's got a great style. It looks really cool. It's a really cool looking gun. My number 4 gun, an absolute piece of crap, this gun, but it looks so cool. The Dramatic.
Oh God.
Hold on. Let me look. It's a Finnish gun. Let me look up the name because it is the Stallone's 9mm Jatematic with the red dot, the red laser on top. This gun is infamous for being one of the most poorly designed guns. They made very few of them. They were super inaccurate because of where the barrel was, but then where the top of the gun was. There was a latch on the back that if you touched it, you could like disassemble the gun easily by accident. I sent Jericho a bunch of stuff I looked up about it, but I saw a YouTube video talking about this gun is the coolest looking piece of crap to ever be made. It's a piece of junk. Nobody should own one. It's a horrible gun. Stallone made it work. He kicked a lot of butt in Cobra. Another Canon film, by the way.
Yep.
Another Canon film.
And you can tell. You can tell. Yeah, that even as a kid, I didn't like the way that gun looked.
You love the red laser though, right? As a kid, like
the red laser is always and you can't fuck with that poster. I mean, look at the 1911 he has in his waistband. I mean, dude, you could have put a fucking bouquet of flowers in his hand, and that poster would still be cool as shit.
As an artist and a designer, it's shocking that you can get away with a minimalist background like that. It's just a gradient of red into a little purple and gray and black. There's no background. You would think you would need a background of a burning city or a vehicle, and it's like, nah, man. It just works with the red.
Dude, the glasses,
the red logo, it just
the match in his mouth. Yeah, everything.
Right.
The planets aligned for that poster for sure. To have that in your room, holy shit, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, Captain Haruna puts it perfectly. He says it's what a 10-year-old thinks a gun looks like. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, but apparently the Jatematic 9mm is a POS. Apparently, it's one of the worst guns ever made. Total joke.
I thought they invented it just for that movie. Like, it's not even practical.
Well, I think the laser on top is like Hollywood stuff. I don't think that's a real laser. I could be wrong. The Jatematic, I'll show it to you, the regular without it. I'll look up. I have a picture of it here. It doesn't have that. The Jatematic just looks like this. That's it.
Even worse.
But here it is, Cobra style, with that weird laser sight. I don't know if that laser is a real laser. That's just a Hollywood thing. But yeah, apparently this thing's a piece of crap.
God, that looks terrible.
It's just missing the lightsaber that comes out of the barrel. Nice.
Yeah, they put everything on lightsaber, a rocket launcher, everything's on that gun. Every fucking thing.
I don't know the Chris Vector, Michael Coulter. I don't know that gun. None the Miser says it doesn't have a scissor attachment for cutting pizza. Yeah, that should be the alternate poster for this movie. He's in front of the red background. He's holding up a slice of pizza, and he has scissors in the other hand or something like that.
Yeah, that's what ultimately made it fucking fail.
Right.
It's when they added the scissors to it. People are like, that's like, nah.
Heather says Brandon Herrera has awesome videos. Yeah, Brandon Herrera and his buddy, the fat electrician, and the other guys, they have a cool podcast and make some cool videos about weapons too. My favorite gun channel on YouTube that I watched, and rest in peace, he passed away of like pancreatic cancer last year, was Paul Harrell. Do you ever see Paul Harrell? He was like a 56-year-old guy with kind of a big curly fro. He was a white guy, looked like a burly big guy, and he was like a gun expert. He was out in the wild of Oregon, and he would make meat targets. He would go to the store and buy pork ribs and like oranges, and he would make like a torso and then shoot at it and tell you, oh, the bullet does this. And he did great things. He did a great video where he found a junker car and he shot through it. Like, can you get cover behind a car? And he showed that with most guns, car ain't covering shit.
Nope.
Even 9mm stuff, that's going right through the door.
Yep.
You know, so when you see that in a movie, That ain't real. That's not going to happen.
That's Hollywood. Only Hollywood gets
expert.
you fucked up.
I would imagine the only part of the car that could really protect you is the engine block, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like hiding behind that. But hiding behind the doors, apparently, in his video, he shot the car with all kinds of different guns, and the bullets went right through both doors. So
yeah, but of course there are bullets that can punch through an engine block, but as far as the everyday round,
right.
it's going through your car like a hot knife through butter.
Captain Runner says you shot the pizza into slices. I would like to see Stallone do that with a Jatomatic.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah. Serves 3. Just shoots it and
blow up in his fucking hand. That thing looks like it blows up in your fucking hand.
Sure. Michael Coulter's talking about Hickok 45. Great YouTube channel. Heather's saying she's never seen it. Hickok 45 is like your old grandpa. He's an old guy with like a white mustache and glasses, and he does a lot of plinking on his land. I guess he has a lot of land, or he goes somewhere and there's all these metal targets of like a hillside, and he fires every kind of gun. And he's just like he's like an old grandpa that would have candy in one pocket, you know what I mean? And like I don't know, he's like
gun in the other.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, so that was my number quattro. Number 3 for both of us is the same damn gun. I've never fired this gun. Now, my best buddy, Merlin, who I was in Vegas with last week, about 14, 15 years ago, we were at his bachelor party weekend in Vegas. And we went to one of the tourist gun rental places. And we're renting machine guns and renting this and that. But he rented the 44. Now, Merlin's not a weak guy, but he ain't a big guy. He's a Filipino guy, and he's 5'3", 5'4". He's not a big man. And this gun looked like a VCR in his hands.
Yeah, huge.
And both of us have a lot of guns now. We went shooting in Vegas. We had a great time shooting. We're both very familiar with weapons now. But at the time, neither of us had really fired guns in our lives, maybe once before that. And I remember him with that 44 pointing it down range at the shooting range, and he was like, boom. You know what I mean? Like, how hard is this thing gonna kill?
That's a serious round, man. That round ain't no bullshit.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, that's your big boy.
And it's not something you're going to shoot all day either.
Now, have you fired this weapon, Jericho?
No, but I fired the one right below it at 357, and that is a mofo. So I can
How was that?
This thing. Oh, it's not something you're shooting all day. You could shoot, what does it hold, 6 rounds or something like that? You're good. It's a lot to hold on to.
Yeah, we were using my 9mm Glock 17. That's my baby. And then he had his he had a SIG, and not the dangerous SIGs that are going off by accident. He had a SIG pistol that was great. He had a Beretta that was great, both 9mm, and then he had his own AR that was awesome too. We were using those. So that was
ARs are fun.
Dude, Monday was a great day because we watched football all Sunday. Me and him and my son were there, and then my son flew home on Monday because he had something else he had to do with work and traveling and stuff. And so it was just Merlin and I, my best friend from childhood. And it was just us. So we went to the Shelby Cobra Museum. Have you been there in Vegas?
No, I've driven past it.
Oh,
the highway, right?
Awesome. We went there, went to the Pinball Hall of Fame where they have like 500 arcade machines from all the decades going back and pinball machines. And then we went shooting and we ate a bunch of food and watched Monday Night Football. It was great. It was really a great weekend. It was about 3 days of not being on social media, not looking at Twitter and Facebook and all that crap, not working, and just eating at amazing Vegas restaurants, shooting guns and watching football. It was a very nice time.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. 9 is not much fun. Heather, I shot so much at the range last Monday that the pad of my index finger was sore from pulling my trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, so it felt like slightly bruised. But I got it in. I got my grouping. I got my grouping really nice. So, yeah.
Good pain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. You got to practice. You cannot own these things and not be proficient with them. That's irresponsible.
Yep.
It's dangerous. But yeah, the Dirty Harry movies. I finally watched the 5th Dirty Harry movie, which I liked. It was from the 80s with Liam Neeson and Guns N' Roses and Jim Carrey. Deadpool. I thought it was really good. And then I joked to you, Jericho. I told you I've now seen all 5 Dirty Harry movies. I don't think he ever arrested anyone. I think he just shot everybody.
Kill him. Well, you don't call him when you want somebody arrested. That's not how you call him. You want him. You want him dead. That's what you got to call, damn it. Yeah, man, this gun is iconic, and this gun was half of the movie. Of course, Clint Eastwood, you know what the fuck. He can carry his own weight up against anybody, but you throw that gun, the whole 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun known to man. Dude, that shit, people were saying that for years, and it's just, they go hand in hand. If you think, it's even, people even call it the Dirty Harry gun.
Right.
I would say it's more called the Dirty Harry gun, especially outside of the gun world. No one says, "Oh, you mean that 44 Magnum?" I'm gonna say the Dirty Harry gun.
Can we talk about this? This is male behavior. If you go into a comic book store and you go up to the counter and you ask, and you don't know comics, you're like, "Hey, do you have like Wolverine comic book?" Inevitably, the comic book store owners will be like, "Do you mean like the new Wolverine comic? Or are you talking about his original series from the early 80s? Are you talking about the stuff that Jim Lee did or Frank Miller?" They got this like arrogant impatience. Like, how do you not know everything about comics?
Shut up, you fucking
and
nerd.
I thought that was a comic book guy thing. And as I got older, I realized, nope, that's just a guy thing. And guys, there's a certain type of guy that whenever they're an expert of something, they're just like, they're like so condescending. And I hate to say, but when I go to gun ranges and gun stores, they act that way. Like, not all of them, but there's like the type of guy there, like they're looking down on you. Because what? Because I don't work in a fucking gun store, know everything about guns.
This isn't my life. Yeah, like, come into my world. I bet you won't fucking know everything about what I do.
Right. I'm going to start talking to this guy about drawing and then just make fun of him because he can't draw and understand it the way I do.
You can't draw good enough to be in to work for a comic book company, huh?
Yeah, what a loser. But I've run into that at a few gun stores I've been to. They're just like, that's not how that works.
Like, fuck you,
like,
nerd.
Okay, Dwight Schrute, why don't you calm down?
Yeah, bitch, I bang more chicks than you fucking geek. How about that?
Yeah. So
fuck that.
Let's see. Another dude that I used to watch back in there was FPS Russia. Yeah, that guy was firing all kinds of stuff that's illegal here in America. He must have been in another country.
Oh, yeah, that guy was funny.
Was he in Russia? Is that why it was called
He had to be. He had like, remember one time he had 2 fully automatic for the AA-12 shotguns?
Right.
He was like, I was like, oh, you ain't in America. No fucking way.
Yeah, but he would drive tanks. He would shoot I think he would shoot rockets, like rocket launchers. He would do all kinds of crazy crap. So, yeah, but I think he got kicked off YouTube or something bad. Like he got arrested or something really bad happened to that guy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Captain Haruno. Bro, I got baited and think Clint Eastwood died a while ago. Someone posted a picture of him in black and white. I saw that like a month ago. And, I mean, these guys are old. Clint Eastwood is like 95 or 96 years old now. You know, it's very old.
Yeah, man, I'm waiting for any day now.
God bless him. He's lived a full life.
Fucking A.
You know, legendary life.
A.
You hear that story of him in the plane crash off the coast in
yeah, of course. Of course Clint Eastwood did that.
Shark infested freezing waters, swam like 2 miles to the land.
Dude, no problem.
And it was all over some tail.
At night. His plane
the story
crashed.
goes, now this is gossip, right? So my story could be totally wrong. But the story I heard, he was in San Diego, he was in the military, and he was stationed in the Bay Area, but he was down in San Diego for something, and there was a honey there. So he was getting with the honey, and he didn't get back on the right plane or train or whatever to make it back up to NorCal on time. Mm-hmm. But some supply guy or whatever's flying a plane at night from San Diego area up to the Bay Area is like, I'll take you later. You know, you missed your official flight. Come with me. And that plane goes down in the waters off the coast of, San Francisco or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you know how many sharks
Alcatraz.
You know how cold that water is? And they swam over, and I think they were getting stung by jellyfish, and this happened to him in his 20s. Like he was in the army, right? So this happened to him in his 20s before he was an actor. So there would have been no Clint Eastwood if he ran into Baby Shark.
And one of the worst, I'm sure many people's worst fear, is a plane crashing at night in the ocean. He lived.
Hold on. You just brought up an amazing point I didn't even think of. So one of the worst fears people can have is a plane crash or being eaten by a shark. He faced both of those within the same hour.
No problem. He probably said, well, what are you going to do, shark? The shark's like,
he told
somehow fucking
what are you
whimpered like a dog.
You pussy airplane?
And the shark will slam away, like in a cartoon. Like,
he'd kick the shark right in its shark dick.
Shark balls. Dude, that's how cool that motherfucker is. The Clint Eastwood, the best, the fucking best. I just watched.
They do
Gran
not
Torino.
make men like this anymore.
They don't have the ingredients.
No.
There's no way they don't have the ingredients.
No.
And I just watched Gran Torino the other day. Fucking amazing.
So good.
Amazing.
I saw that wacky movie, the first one he ever directed, Play Misty for me, and I loved it.
Yeah, and that was quite a departure.
So crazy.
It was quite a departure from this. This is how we all knew Clint Eastwood forever.
Right.
You know, the 44 mag, and then you had to see him in that shit. Like, whoa, that bitch is crazy.
Yeah. Well, moving on to Jericho's number.
Going up. Ooh, look at that sexy sumbitch. And I'm not talking about Bruce Willis, even though he is. The M92 Beretta. Hey,
you gotta say it like a real Italian stereotype. Beretta.
The 92 Beretta. You just gotta go like this. Just put your finger. Beretta. Yeah, man, this is fucking Bruce Willis. Lethal Weapon, Riggs, that was his gun.
Right.
Insert movie henchman here. That was their gun. This pistol was awesome. The military used it for years.
Right.
After the 1911. I guess they're using Glocks and SIGs now, but man, this fucking gun is iconic. And I used to not like it because of the extended barrel.
That little nub on the tip you didn't like?
Yeah. But then I got this magazine, and it was like some kind of outdoors magazine, but there was an ad for a CO2 powered pellet gun. And it looked just like a 9mm Beretta, and it looked so realistic. And I would look at this picture, and I would just daydream and fantasize about having that gun that looked super real, but I could have it because it was just a pellet gun. And I wanted this thing so bad as a kid, man. But this gun was fucking everything.
Right. Yeah, it's a great one. It's a classic one. Captain Haruno nails it. Classic cop pistol. And I can hear that movie sound effect when they're firing this one. You know the one. I can't like,
yep.
You know the sound effect.
The Warner Brothers sound.
Right. Yeah. None the Miser says, shout out to Carl from Die Hard with that Steyr AUG. Yeah. Here's that Steyr AUG, a bullpup.
Oh, because of magazine.
Bullpup is putting the bullets behind the trigger instead of in front of the trigger.
Not a fan. It looks weird. But yeah, that was another
gun.
Yeah, it was always some foreigner, some German or some shit movie would have one.
Right. It's a Steyr AUG, which is a bullpup magazine.
Yeah, no self-respecting American would ever use that thing.
It's a horrible. I think it's an ugly ass gun. This looks like the kind of gun they would have in a cheap knockoff fake Star Wars movie, like Star Battalion. You know?
Yeah, they have a room they open up. There's fucking a bunch of them on racks and just take them one at a time. Yeah, fuck those guns. I don't like that bullpup design.
Yeah, the bullpup. I don't know enough about guns to know if there's anything wrong with the bullpup, but I don't like it. I feel like, does it jam easier? Is it weird? Is it harder to hold?
It looks unusual. I don't like it. It looks un-American. I don't like it. Fuck that, man.
Look at Remdog with some really nice info here. Beretta is one of the oldest European companies in existence. Started during the Renaissance. Wow.
Damn. Were they always making weapons?
The Renaissance is generally considered 1400 to 1600. So that's old.
So I guess they could have been making weapons back then, swords and whatnot. And what's not.
Right.
But yeah,
my son is in Spain visiting right now with some friends. He's on an awesome vacation going to famous. He just went to the oldest restaurant in the world. There's a restaurant in Madrid that has been, I think they just celebrated their 300th anniversary.
Damn.
And he took video like walking down in the wine cellar and showing me some stuff. It was really cool. And I was like wondering if like there'd be some mess in the corner or something. And I came up with this weird idea and it made me laugh. I don't know if this is weird. Like, what if someone like, hey, John, clean that up. But it was like 300 years ago and the trash is still there. Like no one picked up something from like 1785. There was like some stuff you were supposed to pick up and it just sat there.
It set a record that beat any teenager who fucking leaves their clothes on the floor. Because, you know, you'll leave them there and just to see how long they'll fucking step over it. That shattered any record. Nice.
Remdog said they made rifle barrels. Remember, they did have primitive like rifles and things going back hundreds of years, you know. The arquebus, single shot things that, you know, going way back, they did have stuff, you know. So,
True that.
The blunderbuss. different sort of weapons
shotgun.
like that. Captain Haruno says, and speaking of the bullpup, that is where the magazine is behind the trigger. Heard it's riskier if there's an issue with the gun because an explosion would now happen closer to you because of the mag placement citation needed. Yeah, there's some about the bullpup that throws out. It's probably just because it's unusual. There might be nothing wrong with it, but it feels wrong to me, the bullpup. I don't know.
Yeah, it's unusual. I don't like it. It's not American. Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Yeah, it was Carl from Die Hard that did have it.
Germans.
So, all right.
Foreigner.
Coming in next for me is the Beretta 92 FS, and it just was so cool. Trinity and Neo storming the castle to save Morpheus in the breakthrough 1999 movie The Matrix. I got a Beretta, you got a Beretta here. I mean, this thing, it was just that sequence. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. Go check out The Matrix. There's a couple movies every generation that change movie making. And I think that we talked about how The Matrix was the culmination of the John Woo gunplay that he brought from Hong Kong, and then like the modern special effects that we had in the late 90s, early 2000s. And The Matrix really did change filmmaking and gunplay. It was copied so much, everything they did afterwards. And I don't know, I just thought that sequence was great. Running up walls, doing somersaults. Just I don't know, it was really fun. It had Steve Scroce and another guy, he's an ultra famous comic book artist. His name escapes. I can see his face in his work right now. They were the main concept artists for The Matrix. So The Matrix does have that comic booky style action. And I think those brothers, Larry and Andy Wachowski, I think they were big comic book fans and stuff like that. The guys that wrote and directed those movies.
Yeah, now they're chicks.
Yeah, that's a change up.
They took the wrong pill.
But yeah,
pill was shaped like a dick.
Jeff Darrow never saw a detail he didn't want to draw. He draws comic books this way, and Jeff Darrow did a lot of the concept art for The Matrix. Look at that, and that's hand drawn. That's pretty pencil, pen, and ink. And he is drawing every rivet, every nut, every bolt. And the reason that The Matrix has the action that it does and the look that it does is because of comic book artists. Because, like I said, two major comic book artists of the late 90s, Steve Scroce and Jeff Darrow, they were the main concept artists for that movie. So, love the action in The Matrix. It changed cinema. And the Beretta had a starring role.
Sure the fuck did. The Matrix changed the game. Loved it. I remember watching it for the first time.
Captain Runner said he found my pellet gun. It's a Hetzler and Koch USP. Every little pistol. The HK USP.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay.
Super
it's a
nice.
Compact little what? Is that a 9? Oh, it's a 45. That's the HK USP.
Oh, yeah, that's the
45
big dog.
HK.
Yeah, that thing's fucking nice. That's going to cost you a few grand, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
And it has a threaded barrel on it in case you want to slap a silencer on that bitch.
Is this real? I saw like a YouTube short or a TikTok or a Twitter short video. A guy had a big old silencer on a rifle, and he took a water and poured water in the silencer and then fired it, and it was basically silent. Can you do that?
I guess you could. The water would absorb the sound.
But nothing else would happen? Huh.
I don't think so. As long as you have enough water to absorb it all.
We're not recommending anyone do this. Just listen, we don't know what we're talking about.
Do it.
Remdog says the art reminds me of Carl Kapinski. Carl Kapinski is a master, and the late, great Kim Jong-gi and Carl Kapinski are very similar artists. Rest in peace, Kim Jong-gi. My goodness. One of the greats. Finally, Jericho's number 1.
Yeah, come on.
Now, we had Jesse the Body Ventura had this in Predator, and Arnold has it here in T2. The minigun. When you're a little boy and you see a minigun for the first time, it changes your life. Because, like, I didn't know that was possible. But you see it and you're like, that makes a lot of sense.
That's exactly what I wanted. That I would use that gun for everything. Home defense, everything if I had one of those. Take that to the range and just take out everybody's target.
But what would it cost you to take this to the range? It'd cost you like $1,000 a trip to the range, right?
Easy. Because, I mean, I don't know how many bullets one of those boxes holds. I'm sure thousands of rounds. Yeah, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. It's going to cost you like a family vacation every time you go to the range. But man, are you going to have fun?
Right.
And yeah, that's the gun that every boy and every man wants, is a fucking minigun. And I think it's all because of Jesse the Body Ventura Predator. That's what really did it. You know, when he took it out of the bag and was like, dude, he stood up with the big old arms and shit, man. Yeah, that's like, and they mount these guns on aircraft. You know, you got the A-10 Warthog that's built around a much bigger version of this.
Right.
You have the Sea-Wiz, the close-in weapon systems on Navy ships. You know, the radar, the gun controlled by radar, the big white dome. So yeah, a version of this is on a lot of things, but just that minigun. I think it's a General Electric, M34 General Electric. Probably the greatest gun ever made. You're muted, dude. So muted. So muted.
Let's check out the minigun in action in one of the great scenes. The writer of Last Action Hero, the writer of Lethal Weapon, he wrote some, I believe, of The Predator, and he also was in The Predator. The great Shane Black. He did The Last Boy Scout. Let's take a look at this real quick. Gotta stop sharing, stop screen, then I have to reshare. I hate that you have to stop sharing and then reshare. That's irritating to me. Okay, here we are. And you know what this is, baby.
The best.
We're going to see. We probably only do like 15 seconds of this.
That's all you need.
Where's the minigun? There you go.
Come on. Dude, nothing survives that. Nothing survives that.
Right.
That shit is awesome, dude.
I want to find Jesse Ventura using it.
Come on.
I gotta scrub this till I find
the best fucking scene ever.
Okay, let's see.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Right.
Got time to Yeah.
All right, that's probably enough of that. We don't want YouTube to get all upset.
Never get enough of that. Never.
It's a military grade lawnmower. If you were a rich guy, you could mow your lawn with one of those.
Dude, I'd have one of those, get some place out in the country. You know, we ain't got no damn neighbors, and it's fucking, you could get your hands on one of those. You got the money? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm suspicious about that guy. So we're pouring water in the suppressor. I think something bad would happen. I don't know why. I feel like the suppressor would blow up or something would happen. I think the explosion of the bullet coming out, 55,000 PSI. You got that water in there. I think it would blow up or something. I don't know.
I think with the right pressure or whatever you have to do, it's because the bullets can't go very far in the water.
No,
it's a very common misconception about so shooting someone in the water and the bullets go down 10 feet and all this shit. No, they don't go very far at all. In some cases, I've seen like a 50 cal, it only went like maybe a foot.
I think that's awesome in movies though, when the good guy's swimming through the water and
it looks cool.
It looks so cool, but apparently it doesn't work that way in real life. So.
Nope, not at all.
After you blast the jungle to pieces, you go, can you say this in an Arnold accent for us, Jericho? Please read this.
Grow back, grass. See what happens. I'll be waiting for you.
So yeah, the minigun, it's one of the kings of cinema weapons.
Oh, the best.
My all-timer.
It's the sound of it.
My all-timer, same guy, Arnold. T2, one of the best action movies of all time. Jericho's got the minigun, T2, one of the best action movies of all time. I told you it's not my favorite action movie, T2. It's one of my favorites. But I think T2 is the Michael Jordan of action movies. If you're going to say 90s action movie, whether it's your favorite or not, I think Terminator 2 is the first one you're going to think of. I think if you think of 80s, 90s style action movies, you're going to think Terminator 2, Predator, Rambo, right? Like those three are going to be like the first you think of.
Yeah, I mean, T2 is, if some committee said we are officially naming Terminator 2 as the greatest action movie ever made, okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put up an argument with that.
I mean,
that's fine.
And this scene might be the highlight of the movie. The semi-truck chasing them through the LA River. And guys, I'm not kidding. Yeah. This pollution, filth-filled aqueduct is the Los Angeles River, by the way. That's what it's called.
And when he
So-
came off of the bridge, he just drove
Oh.
the fucking 18-wheeler right through the wall. Man,
Yeah. I'm raising Big
Awesome.
Baby right. The first movie she ever saw was T2.
yeah, she's
Because
good.
we reviewed it on this channel in December of 3 years ago, and she was like 2 weeks old in the living room sleeping while I watched it. So
Yeah, there's
officially
nothing
the
left to
first
teach
movie.
her. There's nothing left to teach her.
Right.
She's
Now-
shown her everything she needs to see.
One of the most badass things that I love about this is he's got to drive the motorcycle with the one hand. He's got the kid in his lap. Semi chase him. In order to fire the rifle, he has to do this. It's a lever action rifle, right? So it's got that lever that comes down. He has to spin it with one hand and shoot it and spin it. It's so badass. Oh, it's so badass.
It is. The
Yeah.
whole scene is sick.
So Arnold is the king of the greatest movie weapons of all time.
I think so.
We
Dude,
didn't
he
even
was
do
a
that
force
on
to be
purpose.
reckoned with back in the day, dude. Come on.
How did we not
Fucking
get Rambo
Arnold.
on here with the M60 though? Because that's iconic too. Huh.
True. But there are a lot of weapons. We could have done 3 lists like this,
Right.
you know, with just iconic weapons.
Yeah, we could have
Somebody-
done 10 each, you know.
Yeah, somebody had to be left on the.
We
the
should
cutting room
do-
floor.
We should do a list of like bladed weapons. We should do a list of like finishing kill like moves, like jump kicks or like, you know what I mean? Like get into the action even more. Yeah. Get really nerdy on it and then be rude to people who don't know everything we know.
Sleazy. You guys don't know?
You don't actually, when they film this movie, I can't believe you don't know this.
You don't know that? You don't. You haven't seen the behind the scenes footage of like all the movies? You suck. No, you suck, you butt plug.
The M60, and that's also what in Full Metal Jacket, isn't the M60 what Animal Mother had too, right?
Or who?
Animal Mother. What's his name? Bill, is it Stephen Baldwin or whatever? He was the character Animal Mother in Full Metal Jacket. He was the heavy. Get some. I'm pretty sure he had the M60.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a while. Been a while since I've seen Full Metal Jacket.
The spin reload sells the machine so efficiently, so well, since it looks effortless when he does it. Yeah, awesome. Spin it like John Wayne in Stagecoach. Oh.
I think even Arnold would have a tough time shooting that shotgun one hand, but you know Hollywood.
Right.
That's what we're good.
Right. Let's see. Aliens M41A pulse rifle with the U1 grenade launcher, of course. Yeah.
Anything with a grenade launcher, I'm listening.
You're there.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Now, let me ask you,
Fuck
when you
that.
did your military training, you're in the naval boot camp. You guys obviously did firearms and stuff, but since you're going to be living and working on the ships, how deep did they go with you guys? Just pistols and rifles, or did they give you all kinds of grenades, grenade launchers? Did they train you in everything?
Not everybody got trained on everything, but everybody got trained on the pistol, rifle, shotgun, throwing a grenade. I don't remember shooting a grenade launcher, but yeah, everybody's pretty much trained on that. If you're a gunner's mate, then you're going to get trained on the 50 cal because there's mounts on the side of the ship. There's 2 mounts, I think, the port and starboard side, 2 or 4. I think it's 2, but they load up the 50 cal, the Ma Deuce. So I mean, and they'll show you if you want to know. Like they'll show you how to fucking put it up there, feed the bullets in, you know, fucking chamber it, and just those 2 butterfly fucking triggers. Like, tick, 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 tick. I mean, Phil did this. That's probably the best thing I've ever seen shot. You know, like in person. I've seen 50 cal sniper rifle, but man, that 50 cal machine gun, like you got to stand behind the shooter. Because if you're out to the side, you're gonna get that overpressure because they just fucking boom, 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 boom. If you see like still photo of a 50 caliber round coming out of a fucking Browning 50 cal machine gun, thing of beauty, thing of booty. I mean beauty.
Let me ask you, because I've always wondered. I've never used a grenade. The first time you use a grenade, it's a little scary, right? You pull this thing, now you're holding a bomb in your hand. And you got to throw it, and you're going to be fine. My buddy, he did like 8 tours in the global war on terror, Afghanistan and Iraq. And he said a girl in basic pulled the pin, freaked out, and dropped it.
Dumb bitch.
The CO picked it up and like underhand threw it as fast as he could.
Yeah.
She,
Women in combat. Women in
She
combat.
dropped it right there in front of her feet, in front of everyone.
No, women in combat. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. Women in
Oh
combat.
no, put a front line. Women on the front line.
Yeah.
I mean, no, because while you're waiting for your turn, you're playing in your head, how you're going to throw it, where you're going to throw it. They've shown you how to do it. You're watching all the people in front of you do it. So now when you get up there, it's exciting. Hell yeah. How often do you get to throw a fucking grenade? But you just pull the pin, and one disappointing thing about it was more like a canister. It wasn't like the round, pineapple shaped green, fucking grenade we all grew up seeing. It was a canister, but still, you pull the pin, throw that motherfucker, it blew up.
I remember as a kid, like in 4th grade, we got, I'm going to look up a picture of it. My mom found at the store water balloons, but they were green and they had a little bit of ribbing on them.
Oh yeah, like the grenade ones. Fuck
yeah, they were made to be grenades, and it was so cool.
Yeah, that's just the best. The little army man with the parachute, I go up on the roof and throw him off.
Yeah.
And then when his parachute would rip, inevitably, because it was thin, cheap Chinese plastic, just get a plastic shopping bag. Boom, back out there.
All right. Was there anything when you were in the basic stuff? What was the hardest thing you had to do? Did you have to do the tear gas and all that stuff? I think you told me you did.
Hell yeah. And if you got busted, if you got ASMO'd, which means I don't remember what the acronym stood for, but you basically get set back 2 weeks in training. So everything you did over the last 2 weeks, you got to go back and do it again.
And what was ASMO? Like you failed the tear gas?
No, it just means you're being set back 2 weeks. You can get ASMO for a variety of things. But if you do it after the gas chamber, if you get set back in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks of training, you're going to have to do the gas chamber again for a second time. And
how bad was that gas chamber? How bad?
It's like your face is on fire. Your eyes are burning. Your nose is burning. All of the fluids except blood that your head produces are coming out. And they're coming out in volumes you've never seen before.
Does it make it hard to breathe? Like your breath burns your lungs?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Everything burns.
How do asthmatics get through that?
I don't think you're allowed to be in if you're an asthmatic. But you're everything, because you have to shave every day. So your pores, your face is on fire. It's crazy. Your mouth is salivating. You just have saliva pouring out of your mouth. You can't even talk. All your eyes, you're crying. Tears are just streaming down your face. Snot is just running down your face. All your fluids are just like someone turned on a faucet in your head. And you have to keep your hand cupped right here on your chest so you catch it all so it doesn't fall on the ground. And then when you go outside, you like dump it on the grass. You got the snot, saliva, and shit in your hand, tears. Ugh. And then you have to yell, because there's 95 of us in the room. And it's a big enough room for all that many people, but it's not super big. So all those people in there, you're pretty tight. And then in the front of the room, they have a table, like a fold-up table with a hot plate on it, and then the biggest fucking almost the size of those urinal cakes. It's a tablet, and they put it on there, and it just starts billowing the most smoke you've ever seen in your life. Just billowing smoke. Oh my God! It fills the room. You're looking out the corner of your eye, looking down the row of ranks, and just watching all the gas just waft through the crowd and go past you. And so you're thinking, oh, I'm going to hold my breath and fucking, because you have to yell your name, the division you're in, and your hometown. So you have to say Jericho Green Division 227, Monterey, California. You have to yell that at the top of your lungs. And it's designed that way. So you can hold your breath all you want. And you got your gas mask on the whole time. So, you're looking at all this. But then they say, all right, remove your masks. And when you take your mask off, that's when you have to yell that out. So as soon as you open your mouth to take a breath to speak, it's on. And you're like, like you don't say that shit all smooth like you pictured it in your head. You're all fucked up.
I wouldn't want to know. I've been making food in the kitchen, and you got some jalapenos, and you're throwing them in to fry, and it makes a little pepper spray gas, but it's nothing. I couldn't imagine. I got pepper sprayed by accident in college. I was leaving a bar late at night, and 2 girls got into a fight on the sidewalk, and one girl sprayed the other girl. And me and my friends were walking by, and I'm like, why is my mouth burning? And she was just zapping this other one, and I guess I breathed up some of it too.
Oh yeah, it's all bad, man. It's all bad.
Yeah. So I don't like the idea of shaving every day.
Oh
And
yeah,
like,
and during
did you get
inspection, if
like
they
razor bumps and razor burns?
yeah, well, you can get what's called a no shave chit, where if like 30 days you don't have to shave, but you can't be like you can't edge it up. You just go on fucking caveman for 30 days and then you can shave.
Why do they allow you to no shave for 30 days?
Because if you're getting razor bumps and stuff, and it's
Oh,
messing
okay.
up your skin, it'll give you a chance to heal.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, under normal circumstances, yeah, you're shaving every day, and you have inspection too. So in inspection, if they see that you missed a spot, they hand you a razor and you got a dry shave right there.
Ooh. When I was in high school, I was at a wrestling tournament. Yeah, and wrestling tournaments are all day on Saturday. You keep wrestling until you lose or win the whole thing. So I wrestled like 4 matches that day. I won, blah blah blah. But I had stubble, and you're not allowed to have stubble when you wrestle because when you're grinding and fighting another guy, they say your stubble's going to hurt the other guy or give him a rash. And like they had like one razor, and like 4 of us had to like dry shave basically with just sink water at 5 in
Yeah,
the morning at a stupid high school gym. Ugh.
real shit. Yeah,
So,
at least you
Captain
got to use
Bruno,
water.
you've never told me the story about the guy who got sent a basket of chocolates on Easter by his girlfriend in Marine boot camp. I would like to know what would happen to someone if that happened. So,
If someone sent you a basket of chocolates, number one, you ain't gonna get it, but they'll probably eat it in front of you because there's an office at the front of the barracks where the RDCs and shit were. So they have a big bay window. They keep an eye on you. They probably fucking eat it right. They probably call you in the office and make you stand at attention and eat the fucking chocolate in front of you.
that's
Because I
funny.
mean, who's that fucking like what the fuck? You didn't tell her anything before you came here. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna send you no fucking box of chocolates. You ain't getting no happiness. Fuck that. They will eat that shit in front of you. But we did have a guy who stole a pack of peanut butter out of the nest decks, the cafeteria. So
You stole a jelly donut and hid it in his footlocker.
no, it would not quite
What
Gomer
the
or
fuck is
Private
this,
Pile.
Private Pile?
What the fuck is that? No, but it was a pack of peanut butter. And we all got fucked up for it, for sure.
What'd you have to do? Just endless push-ups?
Oh no, that's too easy. So there was a variety of exercises. One of their favorites was 8 count bodybuilders, where you're standing up and then you squat down and like put your hands at your side. So you're squatted all the way down, hands at your side. So that's 1. 2, you kick your feet out and push up position. Go down 3, come up 4, kick your legs back up under your feet. So that's 5. Oh no, I missed one. Sorry. So down 1, kick your feet out 2, down 3, up 4, kick your legs apart. You're still in push-up positions. 5, bring it back together. 6, come back, feet underneath you. 7, stand up. 8.
How many of
So
those? About 50 of those?
do it until they get tired of fucking doing it. Probably hundreds.
That's a nuclear burpee is what that
Dude,
is.
starburst where you jump up. It sounds easy at first.
Yeah.
Where you jump up in the air and you put your arms and legs out like a star, right? And you jump as high as you can. But, after you do about 50 of those, all kinds of push-ups, shit they made up. They tell you, if you're in ranks, they tell you half right face. So half right face means you're about to go in push-up position. What kind of push-up you're going to do when you get down there, they'll surprise you. But half right face, so that way when you go in push-up position, nobody kicks each other. So that way you're lined up, everybody's lined up in between the guys, so there's space. So everybody drops down, push-up position, and they go, all right, make your dog tags dance. So everybody's wearing dog tags. You pull your dog tags out, and you have them like this on the ground, and they're standing up like this. So you got to hold that position where your dog tags are standing, long ways. And then airplane push-ups, because we were near an airport. So when a plane goes down or goes over, you go down, and then you wait for the next plane. Who knows how long that's going to be?
That's like 2 minutes at least.
It's a party.
I remember, now it was nothing like the military, but I remember the same kind of culture in high school football. Our coach had push-up position. If he caught you doing jackass shit, it was halfway down, and then he'll just come back 5 minutes later, like all the way down.
Your shoulders start shaking. Yeah. Shoulders getting hot.
Burpees. Burpees are like, the same thing you said, but that wasn't the 8-point thing. It was burpees are stand, kick out, push up, jump back up. Like, so.
And then they make you squat against the wall. Squat down.
Ski sits.
To where your feet, your knees are at a 45-degree angle, or what, 90-degree angle. And then they put your hands out like this and put your fingers together, and they put a penny on your finger so that way you can hear if you drop it. And then they just leave and come back. whatever. They probably go smoke a cigarette, make a phone call, eat some lunch. You're just fucking shaking.
You're just
Oh,
shaking.
dude, you better not drop that penny. Are you fucking crazy? Then then it really starts. Then the party really fucking starts.
Captain Bruno says the guy that was in the Marine boot camp who got the chocolate from his girlfriend, they made him eat the entire basket, then run around the barracks until he threw up. It was enough chocolate for everyone.
Whoopsie doodle.
So this dude ate like 2 pounds of chocolate that he just had to run.
Dude, hey, and that next letter he wrote home started with, "Babe, please don't send a damn thing to this place again except a letter." I was in Sea Cadets, like ROTC, when I was younger, and so you did a 2-week boot camp up at Treasure Island in San Francisco before it closed, and it was 2 weeks long, and there was no sugar or dairy products for 2 weeks. It was there, but you couldn't have it. So no juice, no orange juice, no apple juice, no chocolate milk, none of that shit. Just water and fucking whatever. And so the morning of graduation, they said, "Hey, you guys can have whatever you want." So you had the two, the deep stainless steel containers with a ladle in it that had melted butter. The other one had syrup, warm. They were kept warm with the hot water underneath. So you warm melted butter, warm syrup. You had the donuts. They had a mountain of donuts, sprinkled glazed chocolate. We couldn't touch it the whole 2 weeks. We're just salivating over that shit. But now, so this kid, we called him Clinton because he looked just like Bill Clinton. He looked like a short fucking Bill Clinton. Even the RDCs called him. Dude, even the because they were Marines, so the DIs, even the drill instructors called him Clinton. And man, he went hard on the chocolate milk. He had like 2 glasses on his tray of chocolate milk, and then he would like drink them while he's waiting in line, and then refill them again. And then so we get outside. This is like 30 minutes later. We get outside, and he's standing. He was the guide on. He had the flag, the division flag, and he just starts swaying like he's drunk, and like almost passes out. Like blah. So he was all sick and shit. Didn't even get to do graduation. And then in boot camp, you can have sugar, like you can have juice and stuff like that, but no donuts or anything like that. So really, it's just like juice. And so after battle stations, which is 24 hours of everything that they've taught you, first aid, shooting, damage control, firefighting, all these things packed into 24 hours. It starts, I'm sorry, not 24 hours, 12, because it went from 10 at night to 10 in the morning. So 12 hours, and you're constantly running from station to station. You're marching, you're singing, doing all these things. So 10 in the morning, you graduate, or you don't graduate, but you get, because everyone has a hat that says recruit, but then you take that off and you put on your hat that says Navy. They're playing that song, Proud to Be an American. In the background, everybody's fucking crying and shit, attention and shit, trying to cry quietly. And then after that, you get to go to chow. And so now you can have everything. Now you can order an omelet. They got these fucking, they made like donut pyramids and shit. People had donuts and fucking waffles and all this shit, man. It was, and you could talk. You're finally allowed to talk because normally it's silent. All you hear in the chow hall and boot camp is forks and knives, and that's it. Not a word. The only people speaking are RDCs yelling at recruits in line, questioning them on their general orders, or calling out something they fucked up, making them do push-ups in line, whatever. But no one speaks a fucking word. So we could talk, and we were all scared at first. They're like, "Go ahead, you could talk." And we're like all worried, like, "Can we?"
Feels like it's a trick, right, or something like that.
Oh man, yeah, they would get out, push-ups. Hell yeah, it felt that way.
I remember when I was in varsity football in high school, you had overnight, and it was like 2 weeks of hell week. And then there was a thing called overnight, which is what it sounds like. You all spend the night in the gymnasium and the wrestling room, and you watch a movie, and everyone sleeps over. And coach would punish you. You're running, you're doing push, and all the coaches spend the night there too. And we had a guy, Dan Sella, love him. He was a little guy, and he just one of those guys who was so funny. He played cornerback, and for some reason, he liked to hump people. It was just made him laugh. He would go up to people, grab their hips, and he'd give them a couple good ones. And he thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and he was always doing that. But finally, coach turned, lights out, 11 or 12 at night, the movie's over. There's like, 60 of us in this wrestling room. It's a huge room. I went to a big high school. And coach would blow the whistle like an hour later. Everyone's asleep. Wake everyone up. You got to do up downs. Beep, beep, be doing up downs, doing push-ups, and he was doing it throughout the night.
Sucks.
So me and Mitch White and Ryan Hungate, we're 3 big old linemen. We sneak out in the dark, go downstairs into the locker room, into the big communal showers, and turn on like 8 hot showers and just sit there and turn it into like a sauna. And we just sat there talking about food and because there was nothing to eat till the morning after the dinner. There was nothing else to eat. I remember talking about honey buns and different kind of donuts. And then every once in a while we were down there talking, we'd hear down, up, down. Everyone else is doing up downs, and we snuck down and made our we didn't, and we never got caught neither.
Lucky. You're lucky as shit, because you know the coach would have made you pay for
Oh
that
my God,
shit.
he would have destroyed us if he caught us.
Man.
Dude. Preparing
that
for
was
war sounds boring. That's a typical woman comment if I
Of
ever
course.
heard one.
Of course. No, it was if you got caught doing anything wrong, like for real wrong, of course they would find shit. You know, they'd look for anything, any little thing. But if you actually got caught doing something wrong, you were going to pay. And if it was something, that we should have checked each other on or we should have caught, then everybody's fucking paying for it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, there's nothing like those friends you made. Obviously, high school football is not the military, but it's the same culture. It's a bunch of guys being led by older men. You're being punished, but it's for your own good. They're making a man out of you. It's iron sharpens iron. They're putting you through the crucible and making you something different when you come out of it. And the buddies and the inside jokes and all the stuff. Oh, I miss it. I went to my best friend's house, the Vegas guy, Merlin, last night. He's a big Charger fan because we're from San Diego. So we watched a Charger-Raider game last night. Raiders lost. Take that, Diesel.
Sure did.
But I was telling him, it makes me sad to think about it sometimes that I will never play organized football again. Helmet, pads, cleats, never. You can't do that at our age. You end up in the hospital, man.
Oh, man, it'd be catastrophic.
And where are you going to find a bunch of over 45s playing football?
Do they have that? They have a 40-plus dude tackle football, dude, full speed.
Those guys are nuts, dude.
Shit is crazy, dude.
I don't know what you're thinking doing shit
on your
like that.
damn mind.
So,
hell no.
So, but yeah, just think of some of your buddies, some of the nicknames. Those are good times. And I don't know what that guy who was doing all the booty pumping, I don't know what that was about, but he sure thought it was funny.
It's always some pervert.
He'd always
get your group of friends.
He would just always get everyone that wasn't paying attention, and then everybody would laugh at him.
Dude, you just humped my butt. That's hilarious.
Oh,
yeah, man. Adolescent young men, we're the weirdest, grossest, uncouth creatures on the planet, and that is a guarantee.
Right. Captain Bruno, did any of the trainees hold it against the instructors, Jericho, or was the understanding that this is to make you ready?
No, you understood. I mean, there might have been a few fools in there who didn't know what the fuck they were getting into, but yeah, man, you understood, especially at a certain point. They're trying to make you ready for the Navy. They can't have you out there not knowing what your job is, not recognizing rank and recognition and symbols, and knowing how to fight a fire. If you're going on a ship, you're it. There is no fire department. There's no 911. It's you. It's somebody gets hurt, there's a fire, or there's a hole in the side of the ship. The nearest ship could be 100 miles away. Even they scramble a helicopter, that's going to take a long time. Plus, how much help can they pack into a fucking helicopter?
I saw, and it's not even real, but man, it would be scary to do the drill. Here in San Diego, it's Fighter Town, USA. It's Navy, it's Marines. We are the military city of America. More military here than anywhere else in the world in San Diego. And we have all kinds of bases, the sub base, the Navy SEALs, the Marines, the MCRD, the Miramar Air Station, it's everywhere. It's a military town. There's a facility just north of the airport, and it's got a giant boat, but it's not in the water. It's on the land, this boat, and it can tilt, and it's huge, and they flood it to teach the naval recruits how to stop a hole in the wall on a ship. And I saw a video of it once. It's terrifying because this room is flooding fast, and it's getting up to their waist and up to their chest, and they're using firewood and hammers to bang into the hole because the wood will it'll shape the. I couldn't believe what I was watching, and it's just the water just hitting these kids. They're recruits, 18, 19, 20, whatever they are. And even though it's all fake and it's all safe, it's on land, it's not really flooding, but it is really flooding. It looked terrifying. You know, did you do that drill where you're banging wood into the wall? And
Sure did. It was a mock ship, and it was a pretty good size. It was a real big warehouse.
yeah,
It was a real good size, and you go in there, and they had holes, massive holes, already in the ship, and they had pipes, water pipes behind there, and they explained to you. And this is where your training comes in. You've been taking a class all day and what wedges to use, how to put them in there, how to hold them for somebody else to hit them, and blah blah blah, the different shapes. So now you got to put it to use. And this is one of the things you use in that culmination called battle stations, where you got to remember this shit because they got different stations for you to do it. So basically, if the water gets up to your knees, you fail, you drown. So you have to plug these holes before the water. And I mean, the water is coming out so fast it can knock you over. And it's cold too, because if you're in the ocean, that water is going to be fucking cold. You're not going to be in the Caribbean. You're not going to be in Honolulu.
right.
That shit's going to be cold. So there's cold, like, your hands are numb, cold. You're shaking. It's freezing cold, but that shit is pumping. In my group, we saved them. It got like halfway up our shin, and we plugged it. But yeah, we're talking, all this advanced technology, the radar systems and all this bullshit, and still you're using wooden wedges to take a sledgehammer and knock them in these holes to stop them from leaking, man. It's fucking crazy.
Look at this shit.
And it is training.
Actually splitting a wedge as well.
Oh, they lose. They drown.
We can do that.
But it's that's what it looks like when you walk inside of it. And it's a controlled environment, but it's still scary.
Second hit, you're going to see a 3-inch rocket.
You're
Crazy.
still like, and you don't, you want to get it done. You don't want to fuck up and then have to do it again. And like your socks are all blue because it washes the dye out of your fucking uniform and shit. Yeah, man. But luckily we went through in the summer, so when we went outside, that cold water fucking felt good.
Right. But yeah, I saw that video a few years ago. I was like, that is terrifying. Not the drill so much, but thinking about doing that in real life. Like if it's
life or death,
and you're cramming wood into the wall, hoping you would stop this flooding of the ship. Jeez.
Life or death. And then when you do your firefighter training, you have to go, and you've been trained on all this, but you put on your gear, and you put your shoulder on the man in front of you, and you go into this dark room. It's pitch black. And they have pipes that they have propane coming out of to make the flame. So it's hot as fuck in there. And you go in, it's pitch black, hot. You're feeling around, you're using all your training, how to fight the fire and shit, formations. And again, that's something you do and this is shit. You've been in boot camp for 3.5 months. So a lot of this shit you've done a month ago, weeks ago. So you have to recall it. You have to remember it.
Right.
And then and there's people, it's as close to a real situation as it can get. And you got to do it right. You have to stop the flooding. You got to put the fire out. You have to transport injured people. Like case, they're like, what if you had to transport somebody in the bulkhead? It's hot. There's a fire on the other side of the bulkhead, which is a wall, and it's made of metal, so it's hot as fuck. So if you have to pass somebody through there on a stretcher, you can't let them touch the wall. It'll burn them. So you have to, like, a certain way, use your uniforms or pass them through in a certain way to where, they're okay. And first aid, triage, all that shit. You do it all in one night, 12 hours. And you've been up all day too, by the way. So you went to bed the night before at 10 p.m. You're asleep before the lights even go out. Like if it's humanly possible, you hit the light and before the lights go dark, you're already asleep. That's how tired you are in boot camp. So you 10 o'clock, you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you stay up all day, and then it starts at 10 o'clock the next night. So when you're supposed to go to bed, that's when it starts. Then you're up on it. So throw in you're tired too. And you're running miles. You're all over the base.
Did it ever come up in real life? Flooding on the ship, a fire on the ship, anything? Do you have to deal with it in real life ever?
There was an oil leak on the ship. And fortunately, I wasn't down. I wasn't a machinist mate, which we were down in the engine room, but there was an oil leak down there.
Was you might not be down there. First mate P. Diddy was getting oil everywhere?
No, it wasn't baby oil. It was not baby oil. But you may not be down there fighting it or plugging the leaks or whatever, but yeah, if that ship sinks, your ass is going to be dead like everybody else.
Right.
So yeah, you get pretty hairy, man. It's scary. And like I said, the nearest ship could be 100, 200 miles away.
Secretary Not Sure says, did Jericho hear anything about the ICE job he applied for?
Nah, nothing yet. Nothing yet.
I didn't know you applied to ICE. We haven't talked a lot in the last 2 weeks. I've been busy and I was out of town, but what's up with that?
No, I applied for it. I'm sure it takes a while to get back, but
wow. So you and CAIN are going to be running missions.
Dude, go back to back, dude, like Charlie's Angels. Hell yeah. Tear some shit up.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Good cop, bad cop. So yeah, we'll see. Fuck. If you guys see me in my ICE uniform on a video, you'll know how it went.
Motherfucking ICE agent over here.
That's right. I'll be abusing my power too.
Some leftist piece of shit is gonna clip that. See.
Jericho, Officer Green, why do you always carry a roll of nickels in your hand? This is why.
Anything less than infinity immigrants is racist.
Yeah, because we have so much, so we have to give it away.
No, we have unlimited food and money in this country. It's literally unlimited.
Give it. How come you won't give it to them? You have 2 cars. Give them one. Like you have fucking 4 holes. Give them one. You piece of shit.
I hope you hear something with ICE soon. That would be awesome. That'd be nice.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That'd be nice.
I'll do it in a minute too. Like send me to the shit holes. We're about to clean this bitch up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They'll have to force me to go home. Dude, clock out. All right, I'll be back.
You're like,
I'll be back tomorrow.
Just one more, Chief.
Please, I promise. Please.
Okay, one more.
Come on. All right. Fuck, there's one more. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were
down,
doing
dude.
So you and Dean, back to back.
Down. Hell yeah.
That's nice.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it would be. That's hilarious.
Good cop, bad cop. No, good cop, hot cop. That's what it would be. Yes, who the hot cop would be. Never guess.
Oh, that's funny.
We'll never.
Well, we're gonna call it an early night, a 2-hour show tonight because Jericho.
Squirrely.
We got a little something early cooking in the morning. Nothing to do with an ice raid though. But I got a little cocinando. It's Spanish for cooking. Cocinando early in the morning. So, anything else you want to leave with that? It was a fun show, an easy show, talking about the great weapons. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the undisputed king with his minigun and his flipping shotgun. I don't even know what model shotgun that was. It was badass. So
yeah, you don't see a lever action shoddy, but yeah, he's the king of all that action shit. I don't know, like, is that it? I know we're trying to get out of here. I don't want to open up.
No. We don't have to rush out. There's some. I want to look at the comments. Another comment came in. I need to address. So go ahead.
But is that it? Like, well, who's the great action stars? I mean, The Rock, okay, Statham, but
we should decide that.
They're not.
We should do a tournament, and just like maybe like 8 guys one week, 8 guys the next week, and like whittle this thing down. And and already the front runners. We'll seed them. You know, they seed the NCAA tournament, right? But so we'll have like 4 brackets. The brackets will be Arnold, Stallone, Bruce Willis, and I don't know, maybe Bruce Lee or something. Those are like the 4 number 1 seeds, and then we'll branch it out from there. You know what I mean?
But who is the new Arnold or Stallone or fucking Dolph Lundgren or Carl Weathers? Like, who is the and there may be an action star, but who is that? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
The closest thing to like the most badass guy out right now is John Wick, but he's not muscle bound.
That's what I mean. That old school, like Arnold Stallone, muscle, like not a martial artist. He'll just kick your ass, but that buff one-liner action star. I don't know that he exists anymore.
This is totally changed pace and disturbing, but I feel like I should address it because I don't think you would have said it in public if you'd. Heather said she found her husband talking to a girl on TikTok. He got mad because I messaged her. He threw a coffee table and hit my leg. I find a new girl every 6 months on average. I'm tired of it. This is horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm not a marriage counselor. I am married. And goodness, that's serious stuff. And that isn't funny. So you've been married a long time, Jericho. I don't even know what to say, but I feel like Heather's reaching out here. Obviously, Heather, boundaries are like the fence at your house, right? So you have to have boundaries as a human being. And the dogs and the cats and strangers stay out of my yard because I have a fence. Do you know who built that fence? I built that fence with my son and my cousin and my nephew. I built my fence. Do you get my meaning? That's how boundaries work in real life. You have to build the fence. You have to say, hey, you can't do that to me. Now, you can't control anyone else. People are going to do what they can do. You have to ask yourself, what is my part in this? Do I leave? Do I demand counseling? But you have to have boundaries. You build that fence. Am I off track, Jericho? That's how I feel about it.
For sure. And think enough of yourself to protect your happiness. Now, I don't know if you guys have little kids, but if not, if it's just you and him, fuck that. And if you say you're tired of it, make sure that you are, and then do something about it. And when you do, don't go backwards, because like taking somebody back, that means everything they did before is okay, and it also means that when you say you're done, you're not really. They just got to wait you out. So think enough of yourself to protect yourself, and especially, I guess in this situation, literally protect yourself. I don't know how long you've been married, Heather. I've been married going on 17 years, and I've never come close to throwing anything at my wife or getting physical with her in any way that wasn't romantic. So that's not normal.
Like I said, not getting physical here in any way that wasn't romantic.
Yeah, exactly. There should be tons of that, but in no way should it ever come to that. That's not normal. That's not okay. That's not he only did it once. No, that shit should not happen in a good relationship. That does not happen ever.
There's a thing in psychology, and it's called DARVO, DARVO. And it's what narcissistic abusive people do. And it stands for deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. And that sounds to me like I'm cheating around with girls on TikTok, and my wife finds out, and then I go, do you know how upset I was when you caught me cheating? Like, think about that for a minute, right? Do you know how hard that was for me to have to hear about what I did to you?
Yeah, fuck you.
But that's what, Jericho, people do that shit. They fly off the handle when they're the villain. That's crazy. So.
Yeah, that's some real mindfuck shit right there.
Yeah. I've cheated at like Monopoly, and I think I've cheated at some video games, and I think that's the limit of my cheating. I never cheated in real sports like football or basketball. Monopoly. When I was little, I would ask to be the banker. You want to know why?
Yeah, I cheated when I was younger, but when I was old, as an adult, I couldn't do it because I wanted my victory to be legit. Like when I threw it in their face and celebrated, I wanted to be legit victory. So
no, as a kid, I would try to cheat at Monopoly, but I would just get caught.
Yeah, but no,
you're 7 years old trying to steal property and money.
No, that's no bueno. No cheating. No cheating.
So just know that she says he doesn't want to hear about that's whatever. Like again, Heather, you got to face this fact: you cannot control anyone else. None of us can. We all have a free will. The free will is immutable. All you can do is build your fence. This is my boundary. If you cross it, then I have to go. I can't force your behavior. You're a human. You're going to do whatever the hell you want. But this is my boundary, and I think and the way you treat yourself first is how other people will treat you. If you don't have boundaries, then people are like, fine, I'll just do whatever because they let me. They're telling me to do this to them. And it's not, you're not asking for abuse, but that's how like abusive people see it. Like, well, I do it and they put up with it, so must be fine. So yeah, boundaries. You got to build that fence. I have a fence because I built it. Nobody built it for me. I built it with my son, my cousin, and my nephew. About 5 years ago, we built a nice big fence. So,
and enforce that boundary too.
Yeah.
Enforce it.
So very sorry to hear. I don't like, it feels like I'm airing your dirty laundry, but you put it out there. So obviously you wanted advice or something, I hope. It's awkward, but I'm just telling you what I really think. So I hope that helps. So sorry. That's terrible. And I have a TikTok account. I don't look at TikTok. What are grown men doing on TikTok? I have a TikTok account because I'm a businessman and an artist, so I post my art on there, but I don't actually look at TikTok. I don't think I've ever sat and scrolled TikTok, not once. That's weird. So
no, I've never been on there either. So, and I think if I made it this far, it just seems like a young person space, I feel like I don't belong there.
Yeah, seems like
it's for people way younger than me.
Inane. So yes, boundaries, you build them, you enforce them, but you can't control people. And if you got to remove yourself from a situation, that's all you can do. So, yeah. So, sorry about that. That's a somber way to end, but hey, we're realistic and we're honest here. So, thank you guys for coming in. I love all you. I appreciate you all. Love my good friend, my brother, Jericho. We have a great time here just talking to you guys, having a great time. Keep your heads up, keep your chins up. Remember, life is a miracle, and there's a lot of bad, but just focus on the good. Focus on what you have that is a miracle. And follow me all over socials. Follow Jericho all over socials. And anything else, Jericho, we out.
That's it. You know where to find us. Bye-bye.
All right, next week. We don't know what we're doing next week, but it'll be fun. Talk to you later. Adios.